I didn't get obviously to like Steven Spielberg level, but I did work on Hollywood blockbusters. Depending on the scale of the film, it kind of determines. When you study film directing, it's very useful to work many different jobs. So I worked many different jobs. So I did the cameraman work, I did assistant directing work, I did editing work, I did casting. I'd cast the actors in movies. So it kind of just depends what they wanted me for, but yeah, it was cool. It was good fun. I mean, it was my passion. I started film at a young age, and I still love it. I just kind of am open to transitioning from different styles. I mean, it changes over time, and I fell in love with streaming. Don't, whoever said that, no one follow that guy. Oh yeah, new people in here, you may think like, am I reading chat? No, I've got TTS in my ear, so I'm a safe driver. Now let's see if we can moto this shit in a tunnel! Woo! Woohoo! Let's fucking go! Cabbage. Cabbage, you're on nipple POV. I know your obsession with my nips, well now you're a nipple POV. You get to see what they see. This is the IRL Spoachie nips. Yeah, Colby. Yeah, Never, lady. Don't you say such a thing. Don't you dare say that. Yeah, Colby, depends what the scale of the film is. So I'd be casting like the actors, depending on their roles. Or if it's like a Hollywood movie, I'd be doing more extras, the behind, like the background people. Do a raid. Sorry, I got a few questions. Colby, depends, completely depends, mate. Depends on the scale of film. Many films these days are written around famous actors. I mean, they just know the actor that they want. They will negotiate prices with agents, and then they will make the film around that person because they bring in so much money. But it kind of depends the scale of the film we're talking here. Now, give me a moment, guys. Who's honking? Next, Jayla, I can assure you, mate, you will not be disappointed that the traffic is insane here if you're in the right area. But I'm currently in I'm a little bit more on the outskirts of Taipei, and it's kind of like dinner time, so it's a lot quieter. Don't you worry, mate. When I almost got run over by that car, you'll be very happy. There was a lot of vehicles around to follow on with my squishing. If I was on sideways, it wouldn't just be that car. There'll be many other vehicles to finish off the job. Caroline, thick folks only. She's here, baby. What's this girl doing? My little poo-poo. Look at this.
I think it's a little bit too close.
No, it's wide angle. Chat. POV. Oh, ni hao, ni hao. California.
Yeah.
We got Cali people up in here. Don't let me forget. I'll return the bike. Do you, or unless you want to do it. Okay, I'll do it later.
Do you grab the keys?
For what? Yeah. Round of applause, he took the keys this time. That's what Chloe said. She's like, did you get the key? I was like, yes. Have you been interested in acting? Look, acting's... I don't think I would really... okay, fuck me. No stopping for me, all right? Whatever, who needs my life? Thank you for bringing food to Dobby. Actually, I should have thought about that. Is this enough food for me? Acting would be cool. Like, there are some movies where I sort of watch and go, oh yeah, that would be fun. Like, I would enjoy that job. You know? There are some cool movies out there where I'd be like, oh, that would be fun. But having been on sets and stuff, acting also isn't that amazing. Like, it'd be cool to have a movie where people could see and you see you doing some fun stuff, but acting itself is actually like a lot of sitting around and just waiting for shit to be set up. Aquafina times him out. Sucked in, mate. That's what you get. Where can we sit? Let's sit over... Where can we sit? Should we sit on a park bench? I'm just trying to find a spot to sit down and chat with you guys. It's kind of creepy. It's like, I'm in the middle of this park and there's a little girl on a machine. Scary. Yeah. Spoachie, where the fuck are you? That's a great question, mate. I'm kind of just lost walking around this little park. For a good dogging spot. I knew I shouldn't have taught Chad about dogging. I knew it, dogging was going to backfire on me. Fucking dogging. Let me just set you legends up, all right? Let's get out. Oh, damn. Battery's looking a little rough, folks. It's almost like if more tips and subs came through, I'd get more batteries and then we could hang out longer. Isn't that crazy? Unless you're saying that you'd rather the stream just die. Hiya, chat. What's dogging? Cat Doug. Time to do pull-ups. Did you see it? What I love about Taiwan is that almost every park, almost every park has some little calisthenics gym. Some of them have pretty decent big ones, but at least some form of a calisthenics gym, which is just so badass. Let me just find the right street lamp. Yeah. Let me find the right street lamp. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Dogging. Wilzer, why don't you explain dogging? I'm sure you're number one fan of dogging. If anyone were to explain dogging, I feel like Willie would be most qualified for it. Someone wants to pay me to knit a scarf for them. That's new. Usually they just want free scarf. Oh, congratulations. That's phenomenal. Really, there's nothing like having people request to do free work for exposure. Anyway, on that topic, I didn't quite realize you were a skilled scarf maker. If you want for exposure to knit me a scarf, I would really appreciate it. I'll say that you made it, and I guarantee you my exposure for you will give you many new purchases. I am being called arf arf. Speaking of dogs, there was actually a time earlier when it would have been really useful for you to come in, Cleo. There was a whole bunch of people who were talking about how they wanted to be on their hands and knees and crawl around following me. And I was like, wait a minute. They said that we'll be like your dog. And I was like, where's Cleo? Did you have to work in the movies for months at a time? Yeah, man. On the big films, they could be like 5-month productions. And when the film takes like 90% of the time, like film is just weird. It really feels like you go through like a gated community, essentially. You go through boom gates upon boom gates and stuff to get into the film world. And it's just a weird ass separate life kind of thing in there. Like everyone rides around on bicycles or electric buggies and like golf carts and stuff. And everyone just treats each other so differently than what you do in the real world. And usually it's by real hardcore backstabbing and nastiness. I mean, I think the film world in the last few years has been a little bit exposed to what it really is. And I'm very happy for it because I've worked in that industry for a long time and it is pretty wild. It is pretty wild, the shit that goes down in there. And I'm sure I haven't received half the worst of it. And I've had it pretty bad. I was playing a game and the Australian character said, some good old hard yakka. Do you know what yakka means, Spoachie? That's so cute. Hard yakka. That is Aussie. Hard yakka. Yeah, it kind of is just...
你还没出换啊？
什么？
你还没出换？
200. Yeah, when? Cute. He thinks I'm a mukbang streamer. He thinks I'm filming me do mukbang now because that's more trendy here in Taiwan. So everyone start going like, oh, yummy, yummy. Oh, Toadie claps back at Aquafina. It's on. Okay, hold on. Let me... Casting couch stories. Casting couch stories. Yeah. Not quite like casting couch. I mean, obviously, there's kind of things go down. Not in my thing, but I definitely know that, like, it was pretty wild. Like, the moment you have any kind of, like, authority in the film world, definitely people start throwing themselves at you. Like, I was casting extras and movies, so, and I came pretty popular. Like, it was very obvious that, like people were, like, offering themselves. I don't think it was necessarily, like, I think they just kind of liked that authority. I don't think they were trying to get the job. I didn't really have, like, the power to, you know, create someone's career. And I was a fucking extras caster. But they definitely seemed to be kind of, like, more forward in their offerings. Godzilla, what's going on, legend? Welcome to the family. Okay, hard yakka, mate. I don't really know, like, what the exact terminology, where it came from, but hard yakka is like a saying. It's just a saying, which means you're tough and you're a hard worker. It's kind of like the Australian version of grit. You got grit or grind, right? We say you're on the grind. Hard yakka is like, it's kind of a saying where people say hard yakka. As well, hard yakka is now an Australian brand. It may have even originated. Maybe they just successfully did that. It may have originated from the brand, but pretty much there's an Australian brand called Hard Yakka where they sell tools, which are like, you know, tools for like construction and things. And they always go hard yakka, hard yakka. It's kind of a song. And everyone now kind of talks about hard yakka if you're a strong, powerful grinder. So I don't know what came first there, whether the company or the wording. Landy, got any thoughts on this one? Or any fellow Aussies? I'm doing terrible at the moment. Well, mate, welcome to a community which will probably distract you from that terribleness. We're all hanging out, chatting. Feel free to join us. I'm a hard jacker. Maybe settle down. Yeah, maybe give him a break, you know? Does he appreciate it, or is he kind of like, please, for the love of God, let me breathe? Yeah, hard yakka clothing, exactly. It was what tradies always wore. Like construction people always wore. No, I did not cook this myself. My partner at the office, they have like a canteen and she got it for me. Chicken, veggie, rice, and what looks like pork as well. I think there's pork mixed in there. Yeah, imagine working in a company where they're for very cheap, like super cheap. In USD, it would be like $2 that you get this. In USD, this is like $2. Pork, chicken, lots of chicken here. Veggie, I can't tip it, but there's all this rice at the bottom here as well, you can see. Oh, wait, Toadie, is anyone doing anything? Oh, Andrew, thank you. Thank you, Andy. Andrew. What happened? Aquafina timed out Toad, and now Toad's timing him out. Toad and Aquafina are two of the longest time followers of our community, so they both have unlimited wealth to keep and timing out each other. So this is going to be entertaining. For you new people, one of my redemptions there is if you have enough points, you can actually temporarily time out other chat members. And sometimes we get into a war where very powerful people with that sweet, sweet Spoachie coin start to abuse it. We're witnessing two people going down. Lurkers, spank that follow button, you get free Spoachie coin. And then you too can start timing out people. How fun. Oh, Caroline, you're a sweetie, aren't you? The hell is this? What is that? Deep fried tofu, maybe? Deep fried tofu? Is it wearing tiny bits of doggy suit? Wait, are you talking about my food? Back alley? Absolutely, man. I mean, this is the thing. We talk a lot about it here. The comparisons, because people see me eating like the Asian cuisine. Like on the weekend, right, for breakfast. For breakfast, I had chicken, pork, noodles, and vegetables. Who has that in a Western country? What I had was cereal. Sweet, sweet, sugary cereal my entire childhood. And if I was feeling extra healthy, I would have plain white toast with sugary jam. But here, they seem to get it right over here. That probably one of the reasons why they're substantially fitter and healthier over here, is their diet is a little bit better. So, the company offers chicken, rice, vegetables. Phenomenal. We saved her, mate. Chloe has been saved. Mods, Checkerman has nominated Caroline to be timed out. Here. Okay, I need help to burn off 10 LB so I can head to military, but I don't know what to eat and work out to. I only drink water and eat fruit with some home-cooked food. I walk and run a lot around my neighborhood for 3 months, but no progress. I'm trying to head to the Navy. Cool. I'm way 25. 10 LB, which is not crazy. That's respectable. I only drink water and eat fruit and some home-cooked food. Well, what's in the home-cooked food, man? Because there's definitely something from this equation which doesn't make sense. I mean, maybe if you were having like bucket loads of fruit, but I'm assuming not. But there's definitely something in here which is not adding up. You can't just have water and some fruit and be overweight and unable to lose weight. Yeah, there's definitely something that's not being spoken about here. That home-cooked food must be A little cheeky. Three triple cheese lasagnas. There's a local cuisine. 2 liters of Coca-Cola. Just the old mum and pop ingredients. To lose weight, you got to eat less than you need, right? Or usually eat. Well, I know what you're saying, and yes, in layman terms, yes. I would say if you're overweight, then it's not less than you need, it's less that you should absolutely be doing. I mean, you're overweight, it's not a good thing. There's not like a healthy, there's not a healthy obesity, you know? There's not a healthy fat. I used to convince my mum to give me permission to fat by saying it was good hand exercises. I don't know if this is just a troll or what. I mean, you seem to be, everything else you seem to say seemed to be fairly logical. Why did you need permission in the first place? Are you doing it in a public space? How? It concerns me that your mother was so fully aware. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm... You needed... Oh, just you supervisor. Yeah, exactly. Okay, yellow rice, green beans, fish, baked chicken, baked beans, cabbage, usually some salads, but not like fried food, some restaurants. I mean, to be honest, that's substantially better than the average diet. Baked beans is usually pretty cheeky. You could look at your baked beans can. I'm not quite sure whether it was a home cooked baked beans, whether it's like literally beans, or whether you're getting it from like Heinz baked beans. Usually baked beans are pretty poor. You seem to have a pretty good setup here. Maybe you're just consuming a little bit in excess. Like maybe you just need to reduce a little bit. Who made the food? This one? A chef. A cook. How many calories do you need to maintain at the moment? At the moment, to be perfectly honest, so I don't count. I don't count macros. I know this is kind of a crazy concept for people to think about, bodybuilders not counting. The thing is, I have counted before in the past. And, sorry, there's people walking around waving to me. I've counted in the past, so I kind of understand how my body responds to the food. So I don't actually need perfectly accurate numbers, and I would actually argue that 99% of you guys out there do not need it. Unless you were competing in bodybuilding, or you find that you were just extremely sensitive to food, and there are some people who just absolutely struggle with being like overweight is a common one. Like if you're just morbidly obese and you even try and have like sweet potato and rice as like healthy carbs and you're still stacking it on, I completely understand. But I will argue, even though everyone pushes the whole macro concept, I will argue that macro counting pretty much only came in when the iPhone invented apps. Prior to that, no one was doing this shit beside pro-level bodybuilders. Because one, they didn't even have the figures on the back of your food. When you look at the back of the food, they weren't there in the past. This is a modern thing. And MyFitnessPal and stuff, that's all with apps. So most people did not do that. It was pro-level bodybuilders with a little notepad going scribble, 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 scribble. Whilst we can all just be honest with ourselves, most of us can be honest to say, hey, I shouldn't go towards that building with the big yellow arches. Hey, when I'm offered for that free drink at the restaurant and I have the choice of plain boring ass water or Coke, I should just do what I know is right. It's just that's where we're at a bit of denial in society. And then the same with snacks. Snacking in Taiwan. I've lived in America, people. I've lived in Australia. I've lived in Taiwan. Snacking is like non-existent. People do not sit there at work going, nom, 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 nom. They will eat on their meals and that's it. Snacking is everywhere in the Western culture, right? Why is everyone waving at you? They kind of... In Taiwan, I guess I'm not really a common looking person. So usually it draws attention, and they kind of are curious. They're always very curious. They're lovely people. They're always very friendly. I've never had any issue. It's always like, I mean, today I've had people saying, usually they're like older generation, they're much more friendly, like more open, but they'll go very handsome, very fit, very, very impressive. This is a very common line I get. You're like a celebrity around those parts. It's sort of funny, like, I'm not, obviously not celebrity in the sense that they know me, but the responses are hilarious. Like, we've had it many times on stream. There's many people here who have seen it live. I will get photos on a weekly basis. I get people coming up to me and saying, can I get pictures with you? And they're kind of just like, oh, wow, that's different. It's very cute. Can someone get shorter? In just completely general terms, well, yeah, most people will begin to shrink as they age. But if that's what we're talking about, age will usually mean we shrink. So I feel like I missed a lot of people's messages. Feel free to repeat them. Gonna lurk for a bit? Excuse me? What? Sarah wants a cookie. What do you mean about this lurking? What? Bro, I'm tall, but why don't I look tall? Sarah's a cougar. I'm not surprised. Any female specimen that Andrew knows, Freedom Raps knows, is usually a MILF. Or cougar. Or baddie. Someone get this man a home. Exclamation mark tip. Fund the home fund. Can somebody get shorter? Bro, I'm tall. Why don't I look tall? How tall were you at 15? I wasn't very tall. I'm not sure what, but I was relatively short. I had a late growth spurt. When I was like 17, 18, that's where I really shot up. But you're tall, but you don't look tall. Most likely because you're probably hunched. You probably deal with nerd neck, computer back, whatever the freak. You're probably like this. Because 99% of kids these days are like that, because you're all like this on your phones. You're like... But then when you get measured, when you stand up on a wall, you get measured, you stand up tall for the first time in your life, and you get a tall height. So you don't feel tall normally, because you don't stand tall. So there's a high chance that you need to strengthen your back muscles to retract the old shoulder roonies, engage them traps, them delts, have a strong posture. I notice you get asked a lot of odd questions. Back alley, you're relatively new here. Just you wait, mate. You hang out a little longer, you're gonna find odd. Odd takes a whole new level, mate. Think tall, be tall. Yes, you have to believe in it. That's what the secret book taught me. Bing Qiling, yes or no? Yes, I want Bing Qilings. Thank you. What's behind the camera? People walking around. I'm in a park. I'm in the corner of a park. There's lots of people keep on walking past, and every time a new person walks past, they go, and I go. I want to get one. Is there anything I can do? I'm 15. Mate, you're wasting your time, mate. You're stressing about bullshit. Don't worry about your growth spurt, mate. You're stressing about nothing. Check it, man. Don't be cheeky. I grow as long as they're 21. You're an idiot, Morris. Were you insecure about your body? Yeah, a bit. I mean, like, I was skinny. I was just, like, skinny as it come. They used to think I was anorexic at school, like, not exaggerating, like, some people used to think that. For example, when we got access to the gym at our school, when we went into high school, you were allowed to use a gym. We had a gymnasium where you could work out, lift some weights and stuff. I went to an all-boys school, by the way, which is, like, the worst concept ever. And they brought all the boys in there, and they sat us down, and the sports teacher was there to inspire us about being fit and healthy and things, that introduced us to the weights. So I had all the boys from the school in here to introduce us to the equipment. And they said, you need to know your genetic limitations because there's nothing you can do about it. And they said, we need to give some examples. And it's Spoachie here. They said, Spoachie will never be able to put on much muscle because of his genetics, and that is just the way it is. While such and such, and would point at another boy who had just hit puberty earlier than I, etc., and was just built differently, would be able to put on substantially more muscle. Needless to say, not the most inspirational speech for yours truly when I was a young kid who wasn't feeling the best about my own body at the time, to then be humiliated in front of the entire school. Emotional damage. You got that right. The coach was an asshole. And I took that personally. And wrong. Yeah, exactly. So the thing is, guys, if you're young, you're considering getting fitness, you're insecure about your body and stuff. The thing is, genetics, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Let me make a guarantee to you, the majority of people who are genetically gifted will make no use of it whatsoever. In fact, there's a much higher chance, I feel like, they're going to do nothing, because whatever it be that they're genetically gifted at came so naturally that they never truly capitalize on it, because they never learned about grinding hard. They never needed to work to... It's like, a beautiful person, it may not have the most amazing personality, because maybe they always had people flattering them. People always wanted to bang them. People always wanted to be friends with them. And as a result, they never really were that nice of a person, because they weren't aware just that they were kind of genetically gifted, and they could have taken it further. They could have gone even further in life. So when it comes to someone like me who's underweight, I was like, well, that I believed it for some time, and then at some point I was like, yo, maybe I should try something. It's better. And I'm very lucky I got this mindset. I was very excited, happy that I'm just lucky, because a lot of kids would, you choose the path of being pessimistic and hateful of your life and loathing of your DNA, loathing of the people around you who picked on you, blah, blah, blah. Or you can say, well, such is life, let's see what we can do with it. And I was lucky that I just chose the latter option and said, I'll start grinding and see what happens. And I just grinded and grinded. And I noticed that people were growing faster than I was. I noticed that there were people definitely more genetically gifted than I was. But what I also noticed was they would start and then they would stop. Other ones would come in. As I'd been grinding for a few years, they would start, and within months they were already stronger and more aesthetic than I was. And I was like, God damn my genetics. But then they would fall off. They would give up. And what I started to realize was that just people don't fucking work. Like, people just give up in life. And so 10 years ago I began training, and 10 years later I'm still training. And yet, where are all those other people? I'm looking. I cannot see them. Most people just give up, man. So, yeah, I just say begin with your journey of what you want to go in, and if you're dedicated, stick to it, and I can guarantee you the competition will fall away from the sides, because most people are lazy as fuck. Johnny, mate, you need to stop worrying about your growth spurt, and you need to start worrying about your mental health. And by that, you're young, you need to speak with your parents and say, I'm dealing with some serious concerns and anxieties. Can I go and speak to someone? Because it sounds like you're in a very bad space, mate, and it sounds like you're stressing about absolutely pointless shit. And the fact that you're yelling at me about your bloody growth spurt, you're like delusional. I have good genes. Do you Facebook sort? Back when I had begun my journey and I left high school and I was still in university, yeah, absolutely. I would look. I've now essentially removed everyone from my past off Facebook and stuff, because it's not healthy. It's not healthy to live with animosity. It's not healthy to look back at the people who you were bullied by, or you hated, or were you jealous of. There's no benefit. Who cares if I'm more successful than them? Who cares if I grinded hard and stuff? The moment I'm looking, they're taking up my own mental real estate, and it's a waste of my time. I'm losing. So back when I was younger and still immature, but still on my grind, yes, I would absolutely compare and go, weak. I'd look at those kids who were, the tough, strong kids. I'm like, wow, you're overweight, and you're just a complete failure. You dropped out of your job, your university and stuff. Man, and this was the person who was the cool kid and stuff. But I have not done that in years, because what a waste of time. So even if I eat so much and it won't help me grow tall. Mate, as I said, I think your issue is more to do with insecurity. And you need to deal with that. The height, let me guarantee you something, mate, the height is not going to resolve anything. You will remain that mindset regardless of the height. You need to fix that mindset. My bully became a minor celeb at a reality TV show. Oh, that's brutal, Caroline. I do remember when Jake Paul sort of back before the boxing and more when they were just YouTube famous, those Paul brothers, without all the other bullshit, that there was a bit of a media thing about some kid posted on Twitter saying, sort of quoting his mother, saying, just ignore your bullies, they will become nothing. And then he had a screenshot of Jake Paul and sort of said, this was my bully. And he was kind of like pointing out, like, fuck life. Like, God damn it. That's brutal. To have, like, them just then constantly shoved in your face afterwards. Yeah, who cares, Johnny? Oh, ni hao, ni hao. Oh my God. Johnny, the cut out at a bad time, Johnny. Johnny, that cut out at a bad time, man. I was saying, mate, I had a very late growth spurt, 17, 18. Big whoop. There's many people in here who also had late growth spurts or have yet to have them. So who cares? Do you even lift? Nope. No way, Jose. What a waste of time, Rooney. She won the show, got a lot of money. I've run into, they were a group of girls and not. So they regret it. That's interesting. So I've actually run into, they weren't really bullies. They're just kind of like people who were not the most pleasant at my school, but I have run into them before. I remember running into a group of them and the exact same thing. That's funny you say that. Interesting. Could not maintain eye contact. Were just so, it was just a weird thing. Like it was a very weird interaction where I was just like, what's up guys? Like, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I just don't care. Like I give a fuck about these people. And they were just like really just, the whole atmosphere was they were very uncomfortable. Yet these were people who were definitely considered cooler and used to not be the most nice people to me. And they were definitely not able to maintain any form of a conversation. Yeah, I can't make contact. I can't with my victims. You're a fool, mate. I'm just chucking in a charger at the moment, guys, so you guys remained lubed up. That's nasty, Toady. That's bad. Declan can't open his freezer anymore. Each time he opens it, he's like, "Oh, that's nasty. That's gross." Sluggy, what's going on, legend? How you doing, man? Yo, Spursy, appreciate you, mate. Have a good one, bro. Thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate the lols. My bully is in jail. Unfortunate for him, I transferred him to the psych ward. Wait, are you being serious? You had a bully at school who then ended up in the jail where you work, and then you had to transport him to the psych ward? Is that legit? Yo, person who's jiggly. Am I jiggly? John Saver, mate. I hate to do this to you, mate. But there's only so much real estate, mental real estate, I can allocate to each person in this community. You have you have used up your allocated time. The thing is, I actually know that you've actually been here before. You came in here a couple of months ago and did the exact same thing. And I'm pretty sure in the end I timed you out because you wouldn't shut up, even though I told you, it's chill, man. Just relax. There's nothing you can do about the ghost bird. Just eat a good, healthy diet, live a good, healthy lifestyle. Let your genes do what they do best. And you weren't happy. Slug, what's up? Slug, what's up? Do we get allocated time based on height? Yes. That's why his was so short. Ah, God. Okay. Well done, Spoach. Well, you're getting cancelled tonight. Well done, mate. No worries, Johnny. You're welcome. Johnny, I told you, I don't know, man. At 15, I never even thought about it, man. What are you doing, dude? You're 15 years old. Go and, look at your school crush and go, oh my God, how can I win them over? Maybe I should go and work out and be fitter and healthier. Go and play some video games. Go and subscribe to Spoachie right now. What are you doing? I never worrying about what I was doing. I was probably watching naughty videos is what kept me preoccupied at around 15. Whatever's in an all-boys school. Well, that was all-boys school. But showed what amazing things were on the outside world. I used to be there like, oh my God. I remember seeing like baddies walk down the road and I was like, oh my God. Imagine if I could interact with them. How tall were you at 182 centimeters? I think I was around 179 centimeters at 182 centimeters. Thanks for the question, mate. Next. Johnny, you've given our community the perfect example of what I was talking about. Genes are irrelevant. Genes are irrelevant. It's the effort you put into your life that matters most. Because most people with genes, just it goes to waste. They fuck it up because they're focusing on the wrong things and not capitalizing on them. You are exemplifying this right now, man. You got good genes. You're very lucky. Congratulations. Make the most of it. But instead, you are crushing yourself in completely like irrelevant, pointless stuff mentally. You're destroying your mental health. Some kid who's shorter than you right now probably has better confidence than you. And you know what that means? He's not shorter than you. He's probably there. Gym, in a game, I don't give a fuck. His studies, and he's going to beat you. He's going to win in life. He's going to get the person that you want. Are weak-minded at the moment, man. But I do believe that you can fix it. But do understand, man. You are the epitome of what I was talking about. You got good genes. Congratulations. Make the most of it. You're wasting it. You're wasting it right now, man. Are we jumping, by the way, people? Are we lagging? We are? That's lame. Like a lot? Or was it just for a section? Is it like consistently kicking in every now and again? Or is it just was a period of time? That's so interesting, Caroline. See, it's amazing that you said that you think that people are shrinking there. Well, I could swear that in Australia, the kids are getting taller. Should adopt Johnny? Adopt Johnny? Jesus Christ. Johnny is the reason why, like when people say, why don't you be a personal trainer? It's because I don't want to have to be someone's psychiatrist. I've done that before in the past. I've tried to help people in the past, been by their side, tried to walk them along that journey of helping them, and I realized you just can't do it. You need to get them to a professional who is certified and has the qualifications, because if you try and help someone who has serious anxiety, depression and stuff, you will also go with them. They will bring you down, you will not get them out. It is a deep, dark hole of mental health, and it should be treated very seriously. And that's one of the reasons why I'd hate to be a personal trainer, because so many people like come into personal training and they're like, I'm overweight. And it's not because of my decisions in life, it's because my parents were mean to me. And then I was bullied at school, so I ate because I was angry at them. And then of course my genetics, well, it's my genetics fault. And it's just like, oh, fuck me. Deep dark hole, kinky. Yeah. Probably not the right time. Bro, leave it. I'm just gonna play Fortnite. I don't care anymore. I did it! Hey, oh, hey, here we go, here we go, here we go. Hey, look at us go. Yeah, we did it. Hey, 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 hey. I fucking did it. I should be a psychiatrist. Oh, he gonna be back. He gonna be back. %, he gonna be back. Like I said, he was here a couple of months ago. Exact same conversation. Exact same conversation. How was your day, bro? Wow, Jesus. Mate, I'm very impressed. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Phenomenal, mate. I started with a run. I did barefoot running. Barefoot running. Over gravel, rocks, grass. We streamed it all, by the way. People, if you're new here, I'll do that. I'll probably do it in 2 days' time. That again. Top may have come off at some point because it was very hot. Titties were bouncing, and suddenly the subscriptions started coming in. It was very suspicious. I thought we subscribed to titty streamers because of the personalities, but I was low on subs. I then went topless, and suddenly my subs just started blowing up, and I was like, huh, well, I'll be. Who would have thought? We hopped in a little river to cool down my sore feet because I was barefoot running. Showing feet for subs, you better believe it, mate. Your boy needs that mullah. They don't call me the male amaranth for nothing. Then after being in the water, then we got some delicious food. Then we went to the gym and just smashed out like 2.5 hour gym workout, killed it. And now we're currently eating here. So it sounds like a day of winning to me. And I've been hanging out with you legends. So it's always fun to get to make the most of life whilst the future winners join in. What the freak is going on? Does that cat look like a nude person? Okay. One, do you know... Okay, I know that Discord, I have like nudity filter where if it looks like a naked person, it won't allow it to go through because I'm fed up with people trying to drop the nudes on my Discord. I choked on my own spit. Whoa, lubing yourself up. See, you think she was like, ugh, but actually she was like, ugh. Hot. Show us the cat. No, I have not tried Prime, mate. I do not care about energy drinks or whatever it is. I don't even know what it is. You don't have permission to post on this channel. Where are you trying to post it? What's the channel? Never do that again. Yeah, boomer. I know Prime. It's the Logan Paul crap. Where are you trying to post? What's the channel called? It's yours. Yeah, I'm saying just because it concerns me how many people say your Discord's really boring, all I can see is just like the hello channel, and I'm like, push the fucking trophy and it unlocks the Discord. Have you pushed the trophy? It literally says push the trophy to unlock it. Are you in there? Then second of all, maybe the picture's too big. If you're not a Nitro user, you can't post big ones. Oh, but wait, you just said you're not allowed. That's a weird one. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. He didn't push the trophy. He didn't push the trophy. He's about to say it. Yeah, Caroline didn't push the trophy. And look, he said, what the fuck? I swear to God, man. It literally is a single sentence that says, push the trophy to unlock Discord. If you didn't push that trophy, I clicked the trophy like 5 times. My dumbass clicked it the wrong way. I give up. Look, I'm trying, guys. I'm really trying to help you. But you need to help me help you. You need to help me help you. Like, it's a sentence which says click the trophy to unlock. It's nothing revolutionary. How are so many people getting lost here? It concerns me immensely. Like, I just don't even know. I just don't even know, man. There's no words. There's no words. Caroline, you're not alone. What a trophy. Doesn't Discord, when you join my Discord, if you're new, Jack says hello, welcome in. Look at that, look, you said hello. Okay. If you go, Johnny, what's going on? If you go into Discord, like pretty much every Discord these days, to stop spam, you go to an agreement page, and it just says, please click the trophy to unlock the Discord, or whatever. And there's just a trophy, you just go to click it, and then it will unlock the Discord. And I have so many people coming in here being like, I'm lost, I can't get in, what do I do? And I'm like, I don't know if you should come into our Discord, because I'm already worried for you. What happened to Fortnite? Great question, Walla. Great question. Are you just right trophy? Oh, that's an interesting one. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. I screenshot it. I'll switch it to words instead of having a picture of a trophy. All right, fair. I'll do that. Be clean emoji. Well, as I said, Caroline, at that point, I'm not necessarily that fussed if they don't get into the community. If the people cannot get through the most simple, basic instructions and have failed to get through my bot filter, it kind of makes me like think maybe they shouldn't come into this community. We tried to follow it. I can't believe you guys. You guys are crazy as fuck.